Hello everybody, GID123 here, and today I'm going to talk about a little bit more Kingdom Hearts, because, why not? It's something I like to talk about, you know? So, this could be just a little off-the-cuff rambling here. So, so a couple months ago I got a PS4, and one of the first games I got back was Kingdom Hearts, along with Battlefront, and I got a free Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So I decided to play the first Kingdom Hearts game again after so many years of not playing it, just mostly watching cutscenes at this point. And I finally beat it. After so long, I finally beat it. But I had a weird experience with it. Before anybody freaks out, you can type in the comments. Oh no, you hated it. No, I loved it. I loved it so much, and the experience with it was that I think I love it even more now because I played it. Because I harp so much on the other games, for better or worse. I'm playing through two actually, and that's gonna bleed a little bit into this review. Not really a review, more like an impressions. But just the way Kingdom Hearts is presented, it's really well presented as a game, even story wise. Just especially pacing. Um, I never realized this, but the first game, unless you're like me and you love to grind and you like to level up and stuff, and you love to really just take your time, it is actually quite well paced. And I've said this so many times, but really realizing it just now, like even right from the beginning, like just the angelical nature of how the first game starts with, like, when you go into Dive in the Heart and you learn to see the hearts and the murals and just the music that's playing in the background and the doors and what it all means. Like you're entering like some sort of heavenly world, and like lots of stuff with like soul and stuff, like souls and stuff like that. And obviously the heart is a soul in this case. I still don't necessarily buy a little bit of the beginning. I feel like the beginning is a little too, I can't say rush because I'm just gonna be a big hypocrite when I talk about Kingdom Hearts 2 again, because that's a little too long. But there's something about Sora, Riku, and Kyrie's friendship which I'm not buying, and I've said this before in my Kingdom Hearts 1 review. Um, but I don't know what it is. There's just something about it I don't buy. I don't buy Riku and Sora being the best of friends that they claim to be. Just Riku's such a jerk, and he just sort of like really is toying with Sora's emotions. I feel a little too much. Again, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and we see Roxas and Hayner, which are kind of, they're not really like Sora Riku parallels here because they don't really do anything afterward. But it's sort of like, yeah, they jabs at one another, but at the end of the day, sort of like, Ray, Rockets, you're my buddy, and sort of like, yeah, Hayner, you're my buddy. So it's like, I don't get that kind of, kind of like, I'm just messing with you. Like Riku says, but I don't buy it. It just doesn't work for me. But that's another tangent for another day. Something I really do enjoy, I did enjoy by playing, is just the way the heart. Again, going back to presentation, it's just the way the Heartless are presented in the first moment of the game. They're like, yeah, they're not scary at first. Like that the scary ones will come later, but they're still like threatening. They're like little, like the shadows with eyes. I mean, that's what they're supposed to be, shadows with eyes. Um, and how they just kind of like, the atmosphere just perfectly show that these guys are a threat, even the little shadows, which aren't that scary, but um, still are a threat. And then by the end, when you get to end of the world, when you get to end of the world, it's like, ooh, these guys are like demons from the spawns of hell. Um, Even the end of the world, that's just a great world. That's just so, it's hellish but heavenly at the same time. It's very Japanese anime kind of hell, where they kind of don't do the whole, hell is, fire and brimstone, but it's kind of more heavenly almost too. And devils aren't, evil monsters, but they look normal-ish. Anime fans, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about when I say kind of that heavenly, hellish kind of atmosphere going. A lot of this is just gonna be me talking about atmosphere because it is a lot of really good atmosphere, even down to like the gummy ship stuff, which I think again is pointless. But the way the gummy ship stuff sort of like you start out and you have it's the same music playing. It's dun da 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 da. But it starts out very lighthearted. The sky is kind of the space around it's blue. It's kind of dun dun dun. Very adventurous. We're going on an adventure. But then as the music, as the game goes on, we get deeper and deeper into the worlds. It gets darker. Dun 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 dun. I can't do it. Darker. But like the sky is more shadowy and everything looks more twisted. And by the time you get to the end of the world, it's like really like the music's dark and bombastic, and the sky is all shadow and flame, and well, there's no flames, but it's purple, dark purplish, and it's like we're entering the netherworld at this point. And the story again, I've always said stories, there's stakes. I've always said that's the beauty of the first game. There's stakes, and I'm playing the second Kingdom Hearts game right now, and if I'm done with that soon, I'll get to my initial impressions of it, because I feel like playing the game, you get a better sense that even me just going through the cutscenes and learning the story, although I still think a lot of it sticks, is that there aren't any stakes. I'm not feeling the stakes in the second game the same way I felt it in the first one. I feel like the momentum is just constantly just building and building and building in this second game. So I feel like I'm just going to a bunch of places to say, "Hey, remember me? I was in the first game. Let's catch up, have some fun." Then every now and again, one of those organizations, 13 guys, will show up and like, "Ooh, we're part of the bad guys. We're the bad guys. We got a plot here." Um, but I'm just retreading old ground. Gameplay-wise, I think the first game really holds up. I really just, it's a bit hard. It's difficult at first. I think it is. Some people can say it's easy. I think the first game's harder, really hard. Especially by the end, like there's this one part where you have to fight off like 10 rounds of like these demonic heartless, again, very scary, and the atmosphere really helps build. And then it's just a hard round. Some people can beat it, some others can't. Um, but also just the ending. It's really satisfying when you complete the game. I don't know if Kingdom Hearts 2 is going to be like that. I hope so. I've always kind of held out this belief that people really like Kingdom Hearts 2 because it's like Return of the Jedi and that it has a very satisfying ending. But everything else is convoluted. I feel like with Kingdom Hearts 1, the ending is very well deserved. Bittersweet. I got a little choked up by the end. Like, oh, their lives are changed forever. And then in Kingdom Hearts 2, obviously, you know what happens. It's kind of like their Return of the Jedi ending, the yub nub, everything happy ending, yada yada. The Birth by Sleep comes along, and then you find out, nope, they're bigger than that. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about my initial impressions of replaying Kingdom Hearts 1 after a very long time of not playing it and mostly watching cutscenes. The Disney worlds, I guess, also are pretty well integrated again. Atlantica and Halloween Town probably being the exceptions. Although I did find some interesting stuff you could probably do with Halloween Town if you kind of weeded it in a little bit. It definitely helps with the themes in terms of like what a heart is and stuff like that. I feel like they could really hone that in. Atlantica feels like the worst filler, honestly. Unless you wanted to do that stuff with King Triton, knowing about the Keyblade, which they didn't, sadly. Um, but yeah, character-wise, I don't like Riku in the first game. I don't think anybody did. Sora's fun. I think I'm liking him more in the second game, just because he's more spunky, he's got more wit to him. Well, I mean, not wit, but he's definitely a lot more enjoyable to be around. The first game, he's always kind of a downer. Um, I just, again, I kind of wish Ansem was a little more entwined, but I feel like when you defeat him, it's well earned and all that stuff, so yeah, that's my initial impressions of replaying Kingdom Hearts after all these years. I hope you enjoyed my little rambling video. Leave a comment if you agree with anything I said. Leave a comment if you disagree with anything I said. Always looking for more Kingdom Hearts people to discuss it with. And hopefully we get Kingdom Hearts 3 news soon. D23, look out for that. So that's it, everybody. Have a great day. See ya, like, and subscribe. And subscribe to my friends' channels as well. As you subscribe to Red Leader Intelligence channel and Eurocoast channel. Or Doc Holocron. Or Geekvolution. Or Geek Gentleman. Or Steve Baxi. Or Carl Nielsen. Or the rest. and the rest. So take care. Bye.